Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting? Yes. It moves about a bit, yes. You are enjoying the contrast that helps you to focus? We always ask, because while variety is often something that you embrace, in other words, choices feel good, don't they? When you are choosing food or clothing or automobiles or places to live, we know you appreciate the variety. But when it comes to the idea of the contrasting universe, often our physical friends aren't so keen on the idea of so much variety. In fact, many people look into the population or into the environment of planet Earth, and they see unwanted things, and then they strike a pose against them, as if to say, if I or we in our cluster can push hard enough against this thing that we do not choose, we can eliminate it from the contrast, and then it won't be there in anybody's way. But in this universe that is based upon vibrational attraction, there's no such thing as saying no to anything. Because when you isolate, cleverly, deliberately, or even sloppily, that unwanted thing, and you strike your pose against it, shouting no at it, you are actually including it in your vibration, because you do not choose with the word yes or no, you choose with attention to a subject. So your attention to it causes you to include it in your vibration. And once you've included it in your vibration, you have the potential of manifesting it. You choose by your attention to something, but the longer you choose it, which means the more attention to it you give to it, then the more you practice the vibrational frequency of it, and the easier that choice is for you to make. In other words, the more you think about it, the more likely you are to speak about it. And the more you think and speak about it, the more likely you are to act upon it. And the more you are thinking and speaking and acting around it, then the more you practice a vibrational pattern of it, which makes certain by the powerful law of attraction that you're seeing plenty of it. So it seems odd to people that the more they identify the things they do not want, the more of those things they do not want become present in their experience. It's just like tuning your radio dial to an unwanted broadcasting station and then complaining because they keep playing sound into your house. And a wise friend who understands radio frequencies would say to you, change your dial, and you won't hear them. But humans stubbornly say, I shouldn't have to change my dial. The station should be eliminated. Their ability to broadcast should cease to be. Because, and the motive behind that sort of irrational, by our point of view, thinking, the thinking behind that is, I'm a sloppy thinker, and I don't have the ability to isolate from this variety the things that I prefer. So I think I'll go about it the hard way. I think I will set out with so many others to eliminate unwanted things from the planet. And we are here to suggest softly that you might find it easier, rather than needing to eliminate from the personality of the people you work with, or eliminate from the behavior patterns of your children, or rather than trying to eliminate from the belief systems and even intentions of others with whom you share this planet, it might be easier for you to figure out how to fiddle with your own dial. It might be easier for you to figure out that what you think about causes you to offer a vibration, and that vibration equals your point of attraction. And here are the most important words that you will hear from us today. You can train your frequency to a vibration that pleases you. You can tune yourself to wanted things. You can tune yourself to who you really are. But first you've got to understand how the frequencies work in this time-space reality. So rather than trying to get you to think a thought differently than the thought that you've been thinking, we want to appeal to your logic by saying to you, this vortex of creation, which we asked you earlier, do you believe in the reality of this vibrational reality? And most of you can feel the reality of this vibrational reality. And then we say to you, you can't see what's in there, you can't hear what's in there, you can't smell what's in there. Your physical senses aren't going to help you to discern this vibrational reality, not at first and not from your outside viewpoint. But if you will accept that this vibrational reality is a vibrational place that you can feel, and you will try to find it through emotions rather than through thoughts. In other words, rather than thinking with your logic, feel with us for a little bit. Something happened in Esther's experience not too long ago that took her outside the vortex. Now, we acknowledge that she allowed it, but it took her outside the vortex. And when you're used to hanging around in there, a little excursion outside the vortex is not pleasant. Esther's friend Karen said, I have a 24-hour out of the vortex bug. Esther liked that. In other words, meaning there's something that I'm working on that makes it easier to be out than in. So we said to Esther, focus with us on some words. Let's go through the alphabet. Let's start with the letter A and just try to find what you think is an inside the vortex word that starts with A. And right away, Esther thought of some. She said appreciation. Now, she wasn't feeling it. It was just a mental exercise. Appreciation, she said. We said, what else? Allowing. Wasn't feeling it. It was just a word. But what else? Alignment. So now, by the time she found her third A word, we said, now, go back over them. See if you can find the feeling of appreciation. Well, she couldn't, but it was fun asking. So then we said, now let's move to B. Can you think of a word that begins with the letter B that you would think would be considered an inside the vortex word? And Esther right away thought of basking. Now, basking moved her energy a little bit because Esther is a basker. Sometimes she and Jerry will find something and they'll just beat it to death. Anybody watching them would run away sometimes at the appreciation that they're feeling. So Esther just stayed in the vibration of basking, just thinking about basking. We said to her, what is basking? And she said, no, I don't know, what is it? And we said, basking is looking around your immediate vicinity for something to feel good about. So, basking. What else? Balance, but basking by far felt the best. Then we moved to the C's. What is a C word? Clarity. Oh, Esther loves that feeling of clarity. In opposition to confusion, the feeling of clarity moved her still further. Then she went into D, delicious, she thought. E, she thought of energy. Ease. Oh, the ease word. The ease word hit her right in the right spot. Ease, she thought. Ease. She felt palpable relief in the idea of ease. 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 And then she went to F, flow. Ease and flow. Ease and flow. She just hung around there in ease and flow. Then she went on to G for goodness, and H for happy, and I for inspired, and J for Jerry. In other words, just reaching for no reason other than to focus and feel and focus and feel and focus and feel and focus and feel. We are just saying anything that you can do. The reason that we are encouraging it in the way that we are is because You have no choice. When you're all wadded up in the details of your life experience, and the details of your life experience are outside the vortex, so you keep asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going. The next logical step for someone like you who wants with everything that you are to feel good is a croaking experience. We can feel you somewhat resistant even to the silly game that we're offering here, because you are so accustomed to thinking. But you know, when you've trained your mind into thinking yourself into a corner, 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 sometimes it's better to stop thinking. We teach our friends meditation because it's easier to teach you to have no thought at all than to have pure positive thought when you've already got yourself ratcheted up in a very negative way on things, you see. So, we so enjoy the power of your mind. But we want to say to you, you have to find a way of relaxing that powerful focus. And when you do, you will move into the vortex so quickly, you have not even begun to taste the sweetness of the alignment that is waiting for you. Imagine a cork bobbing on the surface of the water, and see that perspective, that position on the water as pure positive energy, connection to source and to all that is good. Now hold that cork under the water. That's what negative emotion is. But in the moment that you let go of it, it bobs right back to the surface again. So what we're saying to you, in the releasing of the thought that you've trained yourself into, you'll bob back to the surface. The vortex will take you in. You can do it a little every single day. But the thing that we want you to understand is that through all of this sorting and sifting, you have done all the asking. You've made all of the decisions one at a time, and they're all in your vortex and they're all queued up. You've done the work. Now your work is to play on the beach. Now your work is to release resistance. Now your work is to appreciate and bask and find clarity and look for delicious ease and flow. In other words, your work is to look for feelings that feel good. Your work is non-work. Your work is release and relief and release and relief and release and relief. And it is our promise to you that you will find all of those answers. They are all queued up for you. You just got to get in the vortex. That's what this whole conversation is about. You just got to get in the vortex. You just got to get in the vortex. But that makes it sound like something that you got to do. So what we really want to say, first time ever, thank you very much. You just got to stop being outside the vortex. You just got to stop clinging to what's out of the vortex. You got to loosen your grip on outside the vortex. You got to play more. You got to laugh more. You got to have more fun. You got to release more. You got to think less. You want to meditate more. You want to bask more. In other words, don't make it a thinking game. Let it be a feeling game. And then watch what happens. So much there for you. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. We've been out on the leading edge today in a number of different segments, taking thought beyond that which it has been before, and fulfilling the satisfaction that we reach for as we participate with you. We know that as a result of the lives that you are living, that you are putting new solutions, new answers, and new clarity into the vortex. And we receive the benefit of what you put there incrementally as you put it there. So we're feeling satisfaction all day, every day, as your problems and questions queue up, because the solutions and answers queue up for us, and the cooperative components are assembled. But when we come together in an atmosphere like this, where you come with still some of your problem activated, and we are able to shine the spotlight on the solution that you've put there, we then have an even more exhilarating experience of getting to feel you come into alignment with what you put there. And that happened all day long here today. We felt you again and again, not 100% in 100% of cases, but the majority of what was going on in this room took you again and again into the vortex. And it is our promise to you that the vibrational vicinity between who you really are and who you're being in this moment that you are calling present tense, that we are saying is old news, that gap closed dramatically as a result of your participation here with us in these hours that we've been together.